Hello and welcome to Motion RC. Today we are checking out the newest addition to the RotorScale lineup. This is the Apache fully GPS stabilized helicopter available now. As you can see, it comes in this really nice case. Let's get it opened up and check it out, what comes inside of it. As you flip it open, you're going to notice right on the inside you get your user manual that's going to go over your compass calibration and the other parts of this helicopter you're going to need to do before flight. You also have this piece of foam here on top that just protects the helicopter. As we get inside, you're going to see it comes with the transmitter. You have these little stick protectors that actually come on it to kind of keep it safe. And then you've got your transmitter itself that comes out. You are going to need to add your own 4 AA batteries to the back of this before flight. Now, it also comes fully ready to go with the charger. Now, the way this works is you plug this piece into the blue part, and then this balance lead goes into that charger. Now, if you wanted to use this on any other charger, you just need to use this piece like this. You can plug this into the balance port, and then you have a XT30 yellow connector here to plug into your actual charger to get that battery in there. Speaking of the battery, this is what it actually looks like. You can see there's 3 slots here in the case for extra batteries, and you just take that, clip it into the charger like that to charge. Now, as we get into the helicopter some more, you're going to see there is a machine gun here. This actually just clips onto the bottom of the battery, like so. But, you know, you may not want to leave that on it while you're actually transporting the helicopter, but it's really easy to just pop it off like that. On the battery itself, you have a button right here. If you push and hold, the battery will turn on, and then you're going to get an indicator of how much power is left on that battery. To turn that back off, you just hold the button until it turns back off, just like that. Same way you turn the helicopter on and off with that. As we get further into the case, you're going to see the actual helicopter stored in here. Now, I have all the ordnance on the helicopter already, but when you get this out of the box your first time, you do have to snap these on. I'm going to try and take one off right now without breaking it. There we go. So, when you get it out of the box, these are not installed, but like I said, they're just as simple as taking them, keying them in, and pushing them on just like that to get them installed on the helicopter. You can actually leave them on once they're in the helicopter, or on the helicopter in the case too. Then you just unfold the blades like this. Now, as you can see, it does have beautiful detailing all over this helicopter right out of the box. From the suspension landing gear to the tail wheel, all the rivets on it. It's a little bit bigger helicopter also than some of the other ones in this series. It just kind of feels a little more substantial, but still flies just as good as the other ones right out of the box. Like I said, it's going to come with everything you need to get this thing out and get it going. So let's actually go on to what we need to do to actually fly the helicopter now. All right, so the first thing we need to do is turn on the helicopter's radio by pushing and holding this button right here. That'll turn the radio on. Next step is going to be to actually power up the helicopter. If you pick it up, once you've installed the included battery into the bottom, you'll see there's a power button right here on the bottom. If you hold that until the lights go across, it will be powered on, just like that. Now, when you first power on the helicopter, back here on the back, you can see there is an LED. That is going to be blinking. If you let this helicopter set here, it will actually turn solid green to tell you that GPS mode is ready. Normally, if this is your first time flying at a new location, you need to do GPS calibration and a gyro calibration. I'll show you how to do that really quick. So once again, to do a gyro calibration, you're going to hold the 2 sticks into the corners. This is going to blink for a few seconds and go back to green. So here we go. And now we let go, back to green. So we've calibrated that. Now to enter compass calibration, we go the opposite directions. Now that we're into compass calibration, you can see that light flashing on top. We're going to pick the helicopter up, spin this until it turns from yellow to green flashing. So spin the helicopter. Now you can see it's turned to green flashing. Now we need to pick the helicopter up straight up and down and rotate it around and around until it actually tells us that it's sank up. So here we go. Boom, there we go, solid green. Now, at this point, we are ready to actually fly the helicopter. You can see that we have a solid green indicator on the back telling us that we have GPS lock and everything set up and ready to go. All right, now that we're ready to actually fly the helicopter, we need to arm it. Make sure that our switch is in auto. This is into the up position, away from danger, and we're in GPS mode. All we now do is take our sticks down into the bottom. The helicopter's rotor will start spinning, and then we advance the collective up, just like that. Now you can see it's in GPS mode. It's gonna just sit there and hover until I do any kind of inputs right now. So at this point, we're in the GPS mode, so if I use the rudder, I can turn the helicopter. If I let go, it's gonna stop wherever it is. Same thing if I go forward, helicopter will go forward. If I let go, it's going to stop wherever it is and maintain that altitude and position. Once again, it has GPS. It's going to stay right wherever you leave this thing. Forward, let go, it's going to stop. Just like that. Now, I'm going to get a little altitude here. If I put it into manual mode, you're going to see a little difference here. So in manual mode, the helicopter will drift. So the wind's going to push it, you can see. I'm going to have to put input in with the stick to keep it where it is. If I let go, you're going to see it's going to still drift. See it drift? If I don't touch anything, the helicopter's going to drift. Now if I go back into auto mode, helicopter's going to stop right where it is and stay right there. Now the other cool thing is we do have our different modes. So if I take this up a little bit and I click it into figure 8 mode, I'm not going to touch the helicopter now, and it's going to do this all on its own. So here's our figure 8. I'm not doing anything. At any moment, if you need to regain control of the helicopter, just touch the stick. And it's going to stop right where it is and stay there. You can also push it down for a circle mode. And there it goes, it's going to fly a circle now. I'm not commanding any inputs, and this will do this at any altitude you tell it to, so make sure you're high enough that you don't get it into any kind of obstacles while you're flying this aircraft. Once again, to take back over, I can just touch the button and it'll come back. Now, over here on this side, we also have return to home. If I hit this, it's going to come back and land where it took off from. So wherever you powered this helicopter on and let it get GPS calibration, that's where it's going to land at. So let's hit the button. Now at any moment we need to take over, we can always flip it back out and take over, but I'm going to just, no hands here. Helicopter's doing this all on its own. Never even touched it. That's how easy this is. Now, let's put that back into GPS mode. Let's take back off. I just wanted to show you that feature. Of course, you can land it yourself. So in order to take back off, sticks down into the outside. Rotors come back on. Let's add a little collective into it. We're going to jump back in the air. All right. Now I'm going to kind of show you how the helicopter actually flies when I fly it. So this is full speed in GPS mode. It's not going to go very fast. You're not going to get yourself in trouble with it. Now, as you get more comfortable with the helicopter, we can go into manual mode, and now it's going to go a lot faster. This is manual. I mean, she's scooting. Now the other thing, if you fly to the end of your flight time, it is going to go into auto land mode and come into you and land with GPS. Don't let that scare you if it ever does that. You do also have, I'm going to put it back in, oh here you go. Let me just show you some kind of moving around. And I'll tell you what, the wind out here today is probably 15-mile-an-hour gusts. It's really ripping. But just to show you, I mean, the helicopter does actually fly really well. And it has a radar on the bottom of it to help maintain altitude. So even though I'm in manual mode and I have to counter the drift right now, altitude is going to be held for you using that radar on the bottom of the helicopter. Said the little wind is just kind of pushing it around like crazy today. But it's pretty cool because at any time I can just go to auto mode. I don't even have to really try. But what I was trying to tell you a minute ago, on the screen you actually have your telemetry of the battery in the helicopter. If it gets down too low, it's going to put itself into auto home mode and come and land itself. Now, if you want to just land the helicopter manually, we just bring it over here in front of us, wherever we want to land, like right there. We start to add down stick. Right there. We hold down until it just stops now. That's as simple as it is to land this helicopter. These are super beginner friendly. Anyone can pick these things up and have a good time with it. I promise you. That's all there is to it. I mean, they're great little flying helicopters. And anyway, we'll meet me back in the studio to check out some more stuff. Well guys, that's the little Apache helicopter from here at RotorScale and MotionRC.com. If you're interested in some of the other ones we have in this exact same line, definitely go check them out, like the Seahawk here. We also have a Black Hawk. There is a Coast Guard version, a bunch of these different helicopters now in this GPS ready to fly style. They come with the case, they come with the batteries, the chargers, everything you need to fly them and have a good time. So without further ado, I'm going to let you go. And as always, whether it's air, land, or sea, you can get it right here at Motion RC. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.